Hi, welcome to today's video. In this one I'm going to be talking you through what I've got up to in the last week, and I'm also going to be showing you some items that arrived. I placed an Etsy order a couple of weeks ago. Some bits arrived last week and then the rest has arrived this week, so a bit of a sort of show and tell, if you will. So it's looking quite cluttered here at the minute, which is unusual. I try and keep everything a bit more tidy. So I'm thinking we'll kind of clear the clutter as we go along. I'll talk you through what's happened in my books in the last week to start with, and then the show and tell will be sort of part two. So I'm just going to tidy those ever so slightly. There we go. So just a little bit of a recap, just in case anybody's watching one of my videos for the first time. The main book that I've been working in this year is the Hobonichi A6, and I have the Avec, so I'm in part 2 of the Avec at the moment. I last spoke to you last Tuesday, so I'll just flip back to Tuesday. Here we go. So I tend to follow a pretty set structure on my pages. I use these check boxes at the top for tracking sort of daily habits. There was a period of time where I experimented not doing that in July, but it didn't work, so I've reinstated that. I put a to-do list on the left hand side, and then each evening I do a short entry of what I got up to in that particular day. So I'll just talk you through like stickers and stuff from the last week, and if there's any questions about anything, just drop me a comment below. So I had an order arrive from Bones and Blankets. That's something that I touch on in last week's video. Part of that order was a sheet of different ghosts. I'll just show you very quickly. It's this. So I put a ghost here, and I've also put a stick here that it says best wish. No, it doesn't. It says best witch. This was a freebie from them, so I just thought it kind of went well. And then I've got 2 little stars here. Those are from Rhiannon. This is a Megan sticker from her summer sheet, and then this is one of my stickers. I did a couple of sticker sheets a few weeks ago. One is like a spooky Halloween sort of theme, and the other one is a summer theme. So this is from the summer one. I'd had some cherries that day, so it was literally just that. And then Thursday was the beginning of August. Last week I mentioned I'd hoped to show you my little mood board for August, but my printer was playing up. My partner helped me out. We were able to sort of resolve it. We've put new ink cartridges in, but the colours are a little bit funny here still. I'm trying not to get too precious about it. So at the beginning of each month I tend to do these little mood boards. I'll show you just another example with the July one. So I've got the July one here. Just a collection of images where they're sort of aspirational, or they're kind of like a vibe that I want to carry into that month. So here I've got lots of like green spaces and woodland areas. I've got a book that's very heavily annotated. I've got someone at an art gallery. I've got like a very plush, cozy reading nook with lots of bookshelves around, and then I've got like a table outdoors with some coffee and a book and things like that on. So that's kind of the thing. I went on my hike, and I think that was where the kind of the greenery and the tree imagery came in. I also tend to, in August, feel like really connected to nature, or like have this real like yearning to be outdoors and in nature. I think because normally like the worst of the summer heat's gone. It's not quite autumn yet, but the air is maybe starting to get a bit more crisp. So I'm reading a book at the minute about British woodlands, for example, and I've got like a TBR for the month that's kind of all focused around that. So that's where that's coming from. And yeah, and a lot of like enjoyment of reading and books is the other one. This top picture here, it's not that clear because of the printer issue, but that's a picture of the Natural History Museum. So yeah, art galleries and museums, they often come up in these little mood boards. And then just for a bit of fun, I had seen this sort of tweet from a sort of Halloween account, and it says, no offense to August, but, and then it's a bunch of like Halloween emojis, because although yeah, I quite like August, my brain is kind of looking forward to October. This sort of splat sticker is a Rhiannon one, and then I've just got some craft paper style tape here. I'd used some tape for a shop order or something like that, I think, and I'd accidentally torn too much off, so it was just some excess I had, and I thought it sort of framed things nicely. So yeah, Thursday we've got my to-do list, my daily entry. This sticker is from Bujo Cult. This sticker is from one of the shops that I received an order from, so I'm just double checking who it was from. Oh yeah, so this is a mundane Kunst sticker. I'm not too sure if my pronunciation's right there, so I'll put the information for the shops that I mentioned down below, but I'll also, when I go through the new bits that I've ordered, I'll pop them on the screen. So that's a mundane Kunst one, and this tape they'd used to seal the envelope, so I just added that there. Friday and Saturday I had a couple of rest days, so my to-do list is a bit shorter. This is a Megan sticker, again from her summer sheets, and I had some more cherries, so I used my cherry sheet before, and my cherry stickers before, and her cherry stickers this time. This is a bit of washi tape, so it's quite a short entry, so I just did that to you know, sort of fill out the space. Can't remember exactly where this is from. It might have been from Miso Paper, but I can't remember the brand or anything. I finished a book here, so I've got that tacked in, as I want to do, as they say. I've got a couple of stickers here, and these are from Marigo Suli. This was a part of a freebie, and then this was from one of the sheets that I bought. Also the mushroom one sort of fit, because I started this woodland book. Sorry, it's first thing in, well, not first thing, it's kind of early in the morning. This is the first time I've properly spoken, so I'm a little bit rusty. This mushroom sticker fits because I started the book about woodland, British woodlands, after finishing Babel, and there's a little bit of a discussion about fungi in there. It's not super heavy on it, but I've read plenty of other books on fungi. Anyway, moving on. I don't know why I'm rambling so much. Again, kind of a short to-do list the last couple of days, because I've been trying to take it as easy as I can for the sake of my, you know, nervous system. And then these are Marigo Suli, are they? Yeah, Marigo Suli freebies. I got quite a few freebies from her, so that's nice. And like quite big freebies, so I just dotted those in here. And then here we are on Tuesday and Wednesday. This sort of coffee stain sticker, sorry, is from Colour Cafe, and then these two stickers here are Marigo Suli. And I don't think I've not done any further decoration except for sort of to-dos. That's a good point, actually. These to-do stickers, these are from Lethbridge Papers on Etsy. So that's sort of where I've been in the last week or so. Has anything changed in my calendar? No major changes to the calendar. Let me just double check. That's something that I've done. Cool, okay. And I'm just going to double check. So that's that. Yeah, so that's the A6 for the time being. I'll pop that to one side. Then my sort of media book, just for those last few days of July, going into August. So you'll see I've got a couple of different booklets here. These are Traveller's Notebook size booklets that Rhiannon made for herself last year. I think I should be able to like tag her video in here. I mentioned them a couple of times, but they didn't work out for her. She went with a different system. Someone I think on Tumblr mentioned like are these still available? Are they for sale? She said yes, they were. So I reached out and I grabbed a couple from her, with the intention of those seeing me through to the end of this year. So in July, I primarily use that to track media. In August, I'm using it a little bit differently. So I'll just show you the last few days of July going into August, what I did in here. So the first thing was the sort of tracking with the dots. So this is where we were, you know, bit of reading, bit of TV, watched a film on the last day. This future log I, in a roundabout way, have sort of transferred into the August one as well. Yeah, started Babel. I could do with just doing a line. Where is my ruler? There we go, I use that. Because I didn't finish Babel till after the end of the month, so I'm just going to do a line here to indicate that. It's a little bit wonky, but it doesn't matter too much. Anyway, my TBR, so I didn't, the only thing that I didn't sort of watch or read from my TBR list was Plan 9 from Outer Space. That might be something that I watch this weekend, I'll see. My end of month review, it doesn't look, you know, amazing, fantastic. Potentially I could draw or stick something in here, but it's not the end of the world. And then we'll just go to the last weekly spread to show you where I was with that. Again, this was a bit blank. Essentially, I kind of ran out of steam a little bit doing it this way. That's one of the reasons I changed. So this was just a little log of the media that I consumed each day. And there should be a note about the weather on there as well. It was sunny again on the Sunday, I think. And this sort of last week of July overlaps with the first week of August, but I log different things. And this is a Marigot Sully sticker that I popped in here. And then I did do a couple of last bits of like the commonplace entries. So there were a couple of films that I watched at the end, at the end of the month. So I watched Midsummer and I made notes, and then I've ended up going down a bit of a rabbit hole, and I've watched like loads of video essays on it. It's really like, it's an old, quote unquote, old film now, you know, it came out in 2019. But yeah, I only saw it for the first time like last week, and it's like really stuck in my head, and I keep thinking about things, and yeah, like a lot of the themes around like grief and different cultures, and yeah, there's some really good video essays online about it, and I've just been kind of in it. So I made some additional notes off the back of those video essays, and then my partner and I watched Thelma as well. Thelma has come out in the cinemas, but I've not really seen any hype around it. I think the timing with the Wolverine and Deadpool film being out at the same time kind of means that it's like indie in comparison, and no one's really going to watch it. But it was, you know, it was good fun. It wasn't like a mind-blowing film, but it was good fun. And I've got these spare pages at the back. I'll probably make use of them at some point, but I'm not like dwelling on it too much for now. And then kind of in combination is my August booklet and my third field notes. So the field notes I've been using just for like general commonplacing. I've got a couple of bits in here from the last time we spoke, not masses, and that's because I'm doing some commonplacing in here as well. So the plan that I sort of had was, I'm just thinking about how far back to go. I think this is how far back we need to go. My plan was to try and fill as much of this up as I could by the end of July, which would then allow me to fully sort of transition into this book for my commonplacing. At the end of July, I still had a few pages left, and I've still got a couple of pages left now. So I've kind of been straddling both. The entries in the field notes that I've put in there in August have been like not time specific, if that makes sense. Whereas the August ones, I've tried to use that more for things that feel like of the moment or pertinent to the here and now. So I'll show you the bits in the booklet afterwards, but I'll just catch you up with the field notes to start. Once I have finished the field notes, I'll do a full flip through of this third field notes. So I think this entry must have gone in before August, because it's talking about the August previews from Hobonichi. So these are like thoughts about how I want to use the different planners. I'm thinking, I think I've mentioned it in previous videos, but I'm thinking A5 Avec and a weeks. And I will break that down more if and when I get those things. But I was just trying to think to myself like how I would utilise every area of both of those books. I've got a picture in here from last year of the gingham hon, because although, like I say, A5 Avec is probably the way I'll go, if there's a nice hon like that gingham one, that might be the direction I go in. I kind of worry about bulk being in one book, but then I see really bulky books and I'm like, actually that looks brilliant. So we'll see how I get on. Quote here, a reference here on the different senses and your internal senses, so like the vestibular system, proprioception, I can't say these words, and interoception. I did a bunch of reading about these different senses as they relate to autism, and I've got further notes on that in here. And I'd heard and read these terms a bunch, but I tend to get them muddled up in my head. So I've just done a little bit of a breakdown of them. And because they're in the field notes, it's going to be like really easy for me to refer back to them. That's a good point, actually. I'm going to put a green dot by it for reference, because it is a reference point for me to come back to. I'm actually going to do the same with something on another page in a second as well. Just sort of reminded myself. So yeah, those are the different senses. And then this next bit I've done in here. So I have practiced yoga on and off for like just over 10 years, I think. So like started really like at university. It was first year, so yeah, like 10 years. And the past couple of months when my burnout's been really bad, I've been struggling to like do basic things, let alone like exercise or anything like that. But I took a bit of a leap of faith a few days ago and booked to go to an in-person yoga class, and it's sort of like woken me up a bit with yoga and how beneficial I find it for my brain. So just with kind of getting back in touch with it again, I just wanted to sort of refamiliarize myself and give myself a reference point for the different chakra points. Not all yoga is like chakra based, but a lot of teachers, a lot of people that practice it will, even if they don't like fully believe in the chakra system and that model of health, often those will be terms that are used to describe movements or describe where to like focus your breath. So it was just a bit of refamiliarization. Oh yeah, I've not mentioned any stickers or pictures, I don't think, so let me just double check. Right, okay, yeah, so this is just a thermal printer print off. This is I think it was a larger piece by Megan that I printed off to go on my pin board, and I'd screwed up the line on it and it was wonky, so I cut out individual elements from the picture, so that's where that starts from. Print off from Hobonichi. This was just a picture I found online, and some more of the like craft sticky tape there. That's a Megan sticker. This is a print off from Google. This butterfly sticker I got from Stamped and Sealed, and that's like just here, so I'll go into more detail on that shortly. It was a freebie anyway. Yeah, some more stuff about the chakras, and then also in the session on Sunday that I went to, the teacher spoke about the concept of, and I might not pronounce this right, but ahism, which is the concept of non-violence, both to other living beings but also to yourself, and that idea that if you like hurt others, you're hurting yourself. And the session was all focused about being considerate towards yourself, giving yourself grace and so on, but like without getting too heavy, I think that choice of discussing non-violence at the minute felt quite pertinent. It was a good sort of reflection point. So I just made some notes on that, and this is the hand of Ahism, sorry about that pronunciation. So just some notes on the side about the symbolism of that image. And then yeah, I've got a couple of pages left. I'll finish those as and when I can. And then moving into this sort of traveller's notebook size booklet, go from the very beginning. So yeah, I've got my name and beginning of the month. So these pages I'm using as a future log. I'm pretty sure that's sort of what they were intended. So on here I've got, well, we can see I've got a key here: tasks, appointments, social events, media releases and other. So I've got things in here that are calendar events for the next couple of months, give me a sense of what's going on. The media releases, I'd, transferred them from this booklet, so it was a way to merge the two. And then I've got like a little note at the bottom here about the Hobonichi previews this month. So just give me a sense of like how busy September and October are looking, which isn't nice. We've got a calendar page here, so traditional calendar page. The contents of it very much matches what I've got in my A5, but this booklet is just a bit of an experiment for me working in this size, but also to kind of give myself a taster of how I might want to use the weeks next year. So we've got some washi here for this colour cafe tape. This is a Megan sticker. I've just realised these are Megan stickers for months, as is this one. As is this one as well. So I've added this tablet sticker because there's just a couple of health things I wanted to track and make sure I keep an eye on. Let's have a look, see. Okay, that's where we are. Yeah, that's where we are with this. So as things go in, I'll update the A6 calendar, but I'd also update this one. I'm using this tracking sheet as a gratitude log, so trying to make a note each day of the month of something I'm grateful for. Just the one from yesterday. Just something that try and go with like the first thing that pops into my head and keep it as simple as I can. This little moth sticker is from Bujo Cult. And then here I'm going to do like a reflection at the end of the month. This was the first week of August, so the last week. Couple of different things going on here. So within the sort of day log, I'm just doing headline summary of that day. So it's like a very condensed version of what I'd put in the A5. I've got a list here of things that I try and make sure I do every day. So I've got the checklist at the top of the A5, but this is a more expanded list, and things that I'm usually more likely to forget. So like the ones in the A5 are this is the bare minimum, please make sure you do this, to myself. This is a slightly longer version. The size of these columns doesn't really quite work for doing this. So these are the things that in the weeks next year, my plan is to track them on the right hand page. But there's not enough space here to put like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I tried doing it as a tally, but I was finding I was losing count. So if I'd added the mark at 10 o'clock in the morning and then I was doing my journals at 6 o'clock in the evening, I was kind of forgetting, have I already marked it for today or not, and kind of lost count with things. So I've not done that on the next page. And then this week list is tasks that I want to make sure I get done at least once in that week. And then just a couple of stickers. So this is one from Bones and Blankets. It was a freebie. And then this is a Megan one. And then this week it's Tuesday, so this is looking a little bit better at the moment. I've got the brief summary from yesterday. Changed this, so this week list is the one that was here. So just those tasks that I want to make sure that I get done at least once in the week. Sorted that out. And then I've done a line here, and then these are like one-off tasks that don't recur. I've just realised I've written something directly under that line and I'd prefer a space, so I'm just gonna there we go. The this week stickers, by the way, those are Lethbridge paper ones, and then I've got some washi here, which is my new washi tape from Marigo Suli. Yeah, I really like this. I'm not normally like a pinky peach person, but I really like the items on this tape. And then sort of fast forwarding a little bit to the commonplace section, I'll just remove these. I've got my key here, which is the same as pretty much the same as I've used in all the field notes. It's varied a little bit, but I'm pretty much happy with it now. A little bit of an introduction about what I want to use the space for. And then this picture is like a boggy marsh sort of area that I found online. I just sort of tacked it in. I don't know, fancied it. There wasn't much thought. Got some notes here on Lammas, which is the like beginning of the harvest season holiday when you look at the wheel of the year. So this picture is, I can't remember the original painting, but there is a page that I follow on Instagram. I think it's called The Pagan Easter. And The Pagan Easter is where I got the bulk of this information. It's something I've read up on like plenty, but it's nice to have those refreshers as and when the time comes. So yeah, this picture was one that they used on their post about Hamas. This is a Maureen Kunst sticker with the like daisies. Some of my further thoughts. This is a tape that is like a William Morris style one. I think it might be from MT. I got it from Miso Paper. Just because the entry ended here and it was just a nice way to like not just have a random blank space. I maybe could have put a tiny quote there or something, but yeah, I quite liked it, and I like those sort of blues and greens together on this this initial spread. We've got the beginning of the Hyobinuchi preview, so that's something that I have written a bit about so far this month. So I've got this print off of the sort of first post about the concept of potential. These stickers are from Megan, and I copied out excerpts from the interview that was done on that first day, just because I thought it was like a nicely put together piece, really like reflective and thoughtful. This is a continuation of that. This is a Megan Rhiannon sticker. And then on these next few spreads afterwards, so I follow online and I get the newsletter from an organisation. What are they called? It's like Neurodiversity UK or something like that. And in their newsletter each month, they post a link to their website where they've gathered together like the latest research on autism, and I find it really interesting to see, okay, like what research is being done, what myths are being busted, that sort of thing. So I went through a few of those papers, and the ones that were like publicly accessible, read them, annotated them, and I noted down like the headline points. So some of these studies are like really heavy, so I'm not going to talk about them in detail, but I'll put the web link below, you know, if anyone's interested. So like in the main section, and this is where the margins really come in helpful, is looking at stuff like this. Main points in this wider section, but then I had a lot of thoughts and a lot of reflections, a lot of being like, oh, how does this like account for trans people? Oh wait, it doesn't, they've excluded trans people. So like a critical analysis, I suppose, of the research and looking at the flaws, but then also it's a way for me to think about my own experiences. So although things are in quite like medical technical terms, more and more you're seeing like lived experience being spoken about, and it just helps me reflect a bit more about, oh, this is why this particular thing is difficult, why I've struggled with this particular thing, what are their recommendations, what resources are available to help with it. This just is a picture from Pinterest, I think I pulled it from. Quite a lot of notes on these subjects. This is a Tumblr picture. And then get to my review of Babel. So as well as sticking the picture in the A5, I like to do these little reviews. I tend to put them on Instagram as well. So yeah, I did my review of Babel and had some sort of further thoughts on it. I watched a couple of video essays on that. The picture here, it's one of those that printed that didn't do too well. It's of it's not of Babel itself, but it's Oxford, so it fit. A little bit of craft tape, and then this is a Marigo Sully sticker. Yeah, this one is about the new moon in Leo, which was on Sunday, and this is a freebie from Marigo Sully as well. And then we've got a couple of pictures and some thoughts about the like freebie item that Hobonichi are included in some of their orders. So there's a few eligible items. Say if I'm going to be buying like the Avec or the Han, so I will be getting one of these like randomly selected notebooks. So I just made some notes about like which ones I liked and why, and also like the background on them. So they've been created from a craft design book, and the artist lived from 1868 to 1912. So there's a bit of history, art history in there as well, which is an area that I used to like be really heavily invested in. I've not been as in touch with it the last sort of couple of years, but it's nice to get a little bit of a hint of that. And I think that's where I'm up to. So it's like what is it? The 6th of August, and I've used half of the commonplace pages already. I'm not too concerned about it, because what I do tend to find is that I'll have like a period of a few days where I'm like kind of frenzied and doing lots of commonplacing, and then I won't do any for a while. Also, my partner and I have got some stuff arranged for like the end of August, so I won't be like sat at my desk on those days. So yeah, if I run out of space, I've got those few pages in my field notes left, and I've got plenty of other notebooks that I can go to. I could even use the last few pages from here, just white out the little number here and tack them in the back if I need to. I've got plenty of options, so I'm not concerned about it. So that's where I am with that book at the moment. I'm just gonna... Okay, so if you've watched previous videos, you'll be kind of familiar, but I did like a tricky, I did a tricky like application process for like a government related thing a few weeks ago. It's really stressful. It consumed basically like my whole brain during the month of July. When it comes to stationery and stuff this year, I've been like on a low buy because of my like financial circumstances. So I decided, with having done this like really difficult thing, having not gone to stationery first and then really like regretted it, I was like, well, here's an opportunity to sort of treat yourself a little bit, reward yourself, and it's contributing to a big hobby and a thing that helps me with like my mental health and stuff. So bought a few things. One of the orders came last week, and I taught you through that, and I just thought I'd do a bit of a show and tell. I've not like fully opened everything, so we're kind of learning and seeing together. So oh gosh, there's that as well. So the first order to arrive, let's have a look at the thank you card. So the first order to arrive, that was from Maureen Kunz. The information is there. I ordered a few sticker sheets, and I also got a couple of freebies. So there's this like little duck in a hat and a mailbox, and then I'll just sort of like show you these, clear them out of the way, and then we'll get to the next one. So a couple of like practical sticker sheets. So we've got some days of the weeks and some numbers as well. And the numbers I thought would be particularly helpful in the traveller's notebook calendar pages, so I'll just very quickly show you those. So yeah, these pages don't have the numbers in because they're designed to be flexible, so I thought these would be really helpful for in here. Just put that away from him. And then the others are all just sort of decorative. So we've got this forest witch one, a bookworm one, some branches. These are always just like really nice and like corners and along edges. A hiking one. This was very much inspired by the hike I did with my friend. So it's a little bit like, this isn't going to be a sheet that I use loads, albeit things like the mushrooms, the leaves, you can use whenever. But I really liked, you know, like the water bottle and the granola and the hiking boots. Those will be like really fun to use on those days when we've done those hikes. I've not mentioned this to him, but it's something I'd like to do more often. So whether that's like, you know, once every couple of months or something like that, that'd be really nice to do. One called Boo, which is all like Halloween stuff, and like I have, you know, a few like spooky sticker sheets and that sort of thing. I really liked the colours on this and the like the softer palette. So yes, I've got lots of Halloween stickers, but I feel like it's still unique. Dark Academia. I think particularly with like a couple of the books I've been reading at the moment, I just really like the vibe. And then this Cozy Day one, which is really nice, and you can see I've used a couple of the stickers already. Okay, so the next thing to have arrived was my Marigot Suli order. So just look at the thank you card from this one first. I absolutely love this design. This will be going on my pin board once I've finished talking to you today, I think, because it's absolutely lovely. I've got a couple of freebies. You saw some of those in the A5 book. I got this like larger sticker. This isn't for my planner. I'm going to be putting it on the back of my e-reader, and it's just perfect. You know, you've got the pile of books, the hot drink, the candle, the cat, the pumpkin, the rain, bats outside the window. This is like my ideal reading environment. So that's going to look cute on the back of there. You will notice a theme with a lot of the titles of these stickers. I have, you know, a particular vibe I was trying to encapsulate. So we've got a dark academia girl, so lots of books, chessboard, that kind of thing. Magical shelves, witchy fall, and spooky Halloween. And you know, like I say, to be like, oh, it's Halloweeny. These two sheets, just as an example, yes, some of the themes are the same, but they're very different vibes in my opinion. So it's really nice, like supporting small artists and stuff like that, but also just mixing things up a little bit. I had quite an array of stickers in the cousin, and then I condensed things and thinned it out a bit this year, thinking like I wanted a bit more of like a minimalist and cohesive approach. And I think my next wave of thought, which kind of prompted this like selection of things, was trying to reach somewhere in the middle. So like I know what I like now. I know the colour schemes and themes that I like, but trying to make it so that there's still like a fair bit of variety. And then the other thing that I got from Marigot Suli was this washi tape that you saw in the TN booklet. So I'm not going to pull the whole lot out, but that gives you an idea of what that looks like. I've got a bit of a washi collection, but I had so these drawers, I'll just show you, it's the easiest. These IKEA drawers, I had 2 drawers full to the brim with these, and then I condensed it a bit. So yes, I bought 2 as part of this sort of shop, but again, it's thinking about knowing what I like now, knowing the colours that work well for me. These 2 stand out compared to a lot. I use these for my art stuff and creating borders. So yeah, again, about like having a bit of variety but still keeping things fairly refined. That was the goal. Pop that to the side. The next order was from Colour Cafe. Let's just grab this. So my order from Colour Cafe was these like coffee rings sheets, and this washi tape, a black grid and a grey grid washi tape. Those, you know, people that are like, what 5 items would you have, and if nothing else, a grey or a black grid washi tape is just perfect for me. So I used up my previous one, so this was like replacing that. But then yeah, with Colour Cafe I got a couple of freebies. So there's this like kind of like card receipt one, just like their thank you card, got my name on it. Yeah, thank you. I got distracted then. And then just a couple of freebies. There's this like certified planner lover one, which I think will go in my A5 on that sticker collection. And then there's this like potato with a pencil case as well, which again, like, I've got, you know, I'll probably do it in a sec once I've finished talking to you. But I've got this page of like shop stickers, stickers that I don't necessarily have a place for, but I don't want to waste. Let me just find it. So the potato one definitely will find a home here. This one I might pop elsewhere. You know, I might pop it just in here or something like that. I'm going to run out of room here quite quickly, so I might have to find another place to put them. I've got a few spaces at the back, so that's probably what will happen with that. And then last order, which is like a lot of stuff that I've not opened yet, so you're going to kind of get a live reaction, is stamped and sealed. So just to start with, they got me a freebie sheet of these butterfly stickers. At first I was like, is this a temporary tattoo sheet? Because it's kind of got that look to it. While that item's not necessarily like something I'd have bought myself, it is quite a nice decorative thing. I have used one of the stickers already, so nice of them to put that in there. And then let's have a look through the rest. You'll quickly identify a theme, I think. So this is a fog forest pack of stickers, and yeah, they've got like a washi base, so they'll be like nice and thin and soft. This picture itself is something that I might use, or I might go on my pin board. And then I'm not going to dwell too much on these because it will take absolutely forever, but I'll just sort of spread them out a bit, give you a sense of what everything looks like. To kind of get the vibe we're going for here, it looks very very like Washington state, I think, is it, in America? You know, like is it like the northeast of America where Twilight was filmed, is what I'm thinking of. It's very Twilight, it's very X-Files, that's what I'm getting. So yeah, these will be really nice to go on my pages. Nice sort of extra decorative element. I think that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to moving into an A5 size next year. It's just having a little bit of space for like collage and decoration. You know, I do have a little bit of decoration in my current pages, but not on the same scale as I'd had last year, and not on the same scale as other people whose stuff I like, you know, like whose videos and pages that I like. Nothing to the scale of like what other people have been able to make. Right, the next is these like black and white fern sort of styles, and it's called the Coming of Breeze decoration stickers. Let's have a look. These, it looks like these are like pet tape based, so again, hopefully these have been kind of thin and fine. I don't know if you're stuck. Okay. So, this works quite nice against the cork. You can kind of see these are quite big, bigger than I was expecting. So whether or not I use them in the A5 is questionable. Like, let's just quickly see, pick a random page. Yeah, like if I was to use this in the A5, I'm going to be taking up like the whole of the page. So these might not be something that I use particularly till next year, or they might work quite nicely in like a border. Yeah, like in a corner or something. That looks really cool in here. So you might see that in these in my sort of traveler's notebook style booklets. I think these will be nice really for like corners and the bottoms of pages as well. Just try and spread them out a bit to give you a sense. I really like the ferns. I think they're probably my favourite. I love poppies as well, so like that would work really nicely in a border. mushrooms, of course. Lovely. Right, cool. Happy with those. I might have to have a bit of a reorganise in my desk to like fit everything in, because yeah, although they're just stickers, they are potentially going to take up a bit of space. Let's go through these ones. So, can't remember, and I can't really read a lot of these characters, but I think this was like a fauna based sticker collection. So I was kind of torn between these like black and white ones and then these ones, I think, and I ended up kind of saying like sod it, basically I'll get both. And looking at the size, looking at the size difference, I'm quite glad I did that, because these I'll be able to use in the A5. Sorry, there's so much rustling. I was trying to preserve this envelope a bit. Yeah, so I think these was called like the botanist range or botanical range or something like that. And I really like the idea with these ones of like layering them with other bits and pieces, like particularly like eucalyptus leaves. There's these like roses by the looks of it, some sunflowers there, which would be nice. Yeah, got like a nice pretty selection there, and because of this smaller size they'll go in the A5 quite nicely. And things like this, like I'll probably split them up. I feel like getting these back in this envelope is going to be a trial. Let's look. I think what I'm probably going to end up doing with these, I normally like to keep things like in the drawers, out of sight, out of mind, but I think I might just put them in like a little dish and then get them out when I want and need them. And then these two, I think they're from like the same brand. Yeah, these are in Infield, which is the same as those. So I've got like a coffee based one, and then I've got one that's based around like being at your desk and journaling and stuff like that. So we'll look at the coffee one first. So yeah, like I said, it's been quite a while since I've bought myself stationery and stickers and that, so this is a nice treat. And I'm kind of thinking like, except for things released by like my favourite creators, my favourite artists, this will basically be like all my stationery until maybe like this time next year. Aside from the planners themselves and the covers that I might get. So I'm really liking the selection here. Those two there. I think most of us in like the planner journaling community enjoy our coffee as well. See, that's cute. That's not like journaling coffee related. That's just more to do with reading and books. So there's that overlap as well. This is quite fun. Coffee pods. I like this pile of books with the glasses. Coffee machine. Some like waffles and stuff as well. Just try and get a good look at everything before I pop them away. Yeah, these are really nice, and I feel like, on days where like I've maybe done some journaling in a cafe or something, that'd be the perfect range of stickers to use in there. Okay, and then we're on to the last bit. Okay. So yeah, a lot of this is about like journaling and studying and stuff. So got like a lamp here, chess piece there, and the themes with these stickers largely match up with the themes of like the Maureen Kunst and the Marigot Sully, and that thing of being like, yeah, they're different styles, but hopefully I'll be able to work them together still quite nicely. So we've got like a keyboard, a stack of journals, which is really nice. Yeah, that little collection there. bookmarks, typewriters, little selection of things here. So like this is all, you know, like one sticker, but very easy just to cut around and add some collage elements to it. That might be a nice little activity at some point to like fussy cut around the individual items while I'm watching a video or something. Yeah, these images all overlap. I potentially like them as separate things, but I'm not not going to complain about that. This is really nice, like open shelving with different stamps in. Really lovely. Okay, I am happy with those bits and pieces I bought. These were things a lot of what I've shown you today, things that I've like had favorited for a good 6 months or so. I tend not to try and avoid being impulsive with these things, like I say, being on a no buy and that. Okay, that's all the bits and pieces, lots for me to tidy away. That's been this week's video. Hope you've enjoyed that. As the Hobonichi previews came up a couple of times, I mentioned them a few times. I'd be interested to know, like, if you're going to go for Hobonichi this year, if you're moving away from them, why that is. For instance, I've been looking a bit at like Traveller's Notebook stuff the last couple of weeks because working in this booklet has been really nice and really easy. And I'd always thought that they might be a bit like narrow and faffy for me, but it's good. So yeah, I ended up on a bit of a down a bit of a like rabbit hole looking at Traveller's Notebook stuff for a while. I think I am going to stick with Hobonichi, but you know, I'd be interested if you are, what you're going to look at, what you're going to get, what's caught your eye so far. If not, what you're moving towards and maybe why. I always think about like the pros and cons of the different like systems. I'd be interested to hear from you. I'm going to stop rambling now. I think this has been probably quite a chatty one. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.